We've traveled the world in EPCOT, walked the red carpet in Disney's Hollywood Studios, and wished upon a star at Magic Kingdom. But have we really explored the best park in Disney World yet? Or have we saved the best for last? Hey everybody, it's AJ for Disney Food Blog, and I'm here with the final park of our Best Park in Disney World series. Let the fanfare and merriment commence. Applause, applause. Disney's Animal Kingdom was the last park to open on Disney World property, welcoming adventurers and explorers of all kinds for the first time on April 22nd, 1998, on Earth Day, of course. But let's find out why you flooded our social media pages with passionate reasons as to why this wildlife-centric theme park should be crowned king of the Disney Parks jungle. Something a lot of you talked about, which is honestly the reason why I love to go to Animal Kingdom myself, is the super chill environment. Something I like to cover on this channel often is how to navigate the most stressful park days. Some parks, like Magic Kingdom and Hollywood Studios, can feel as if every nook and cranny is crowded with people just trying to get on a ride, grab some quick service food, or trying to find a spot for one of the shows without having their little visibility window blocked by somebody else. Are there places of relief in those parks? Sure, but one of my main pieces of advice for them is to just leave for a bit and do something else when it feels too overwhelming and stifling. But Disney's Animal Kingdom hits a different way. Though it's definitely not immune to crowds, especially around Pandora, World of Avatar, it has many different options for escape. Kirsten P. told us that Animal Kingdom just feels less crowded than the other parks, and it has way more of a chillaxed vibe. And you know how I also often suggest a break day in the middle of your week at Disney World to prevent burnout? Yeah, some of you told us that Animal Kingdom is your break day. Brittany I said, Animal Kingdom is so chill. I just love being able to walk around and not constantly be in a hurry to do this or that. It's a good mid-trip break. Yolanda S. added, Animal Kingdom is one of the most relaxing parks. It's just nice to exist here. So where can you go in Animal Kingdom to feel those major relaxing vibes everyone's talking about? Well, the area around a celebration of the Festival of the Lion King is usually a great place to take a breather. You can stroll along the path near the river and greenery and, catch the show while you're at it. Many of you raved about how Festival of the Lion King is one of your favorite shows on property, what with its combo of Lion King musical performances and giant puppets of your favorite characters. Plus, there's a staggered bleacher seating, so you don't have to worry about blocking anyone's way and vice versa. The Animal Kingdom walking paths like the Discovery Island trails, the Gorilla Falls Exploration Trail, the Maharaja Jungle Trek are also a really nice way to explore the park at your own pace and encounter a lot of animals. More on that later. This is kind of my choice to relax. I always make a park pass for Animal Kingdom, and I go first thing in the morning and I just sort of chill out on the paths around the Tree of Life there, those Discovery Island walking paths. There's nobody ever back behind the Tree of Life, so it's always super relaxing and super calm, and I just love listening to the music, and usually I will get some pulled pork and mac and cheese. Now, if you take the Wildlife Express train over to Rafiki's Planet Watch, you're going to be transported to a nice quiet area with an affection section, petting zoo, an animation experience drawing class, and an interactive science center. Also, more on that later. Lisa G brought up a great point about how to experience Animal Kingdom when it's at its most chill time. I like going to Animal Kingdom in the late afternoon and evenings. I think most people make it their half-day park in the morning, so by around 3 p.m. it empties out pretty nicely. And it has now become the first park my family and I visit when we arrive in the afternoon. While other guests hop over to EPCOT and Magic Kingdom for more evening hours, we actually breathe and stroll around Animal Kingdom with lower crowds. Okay, now another reason why a lot of you love Animal Kingdom and think it's the best park in Disney World is, of course, because of the animals. Some of you didn't feel the need to elaborate on your answers for why Animal Kingdom is the best park. Jill W. simply said zebras. Shell C sent a whole string of animal emojis, and Shasta S straight up sent us a gif of a giraffe. And you know what? These are all perfectly acceptable responses. Disney's Animal Kingdom is the only park where you're going to find hundreds of different exotic animals that aren't just the Disney ducks and French fry stealing squirrels, both of whom we love, but still. According to our friends at All Ears, there are about 2,000 animals throughout Animal Kingdom that represent almost 300 different species. At Animal Kingdom, lions bask under the Orlando sun, gibbon monkeys screech at their friends among their treetop houses, houses, birds fly high in front of the tree of life, and elephants play in the water with their siblings. I could keep going, but 2,000 animals is a lot. Not only can you see and learn about a bunch of them on the walking trails thanks to the animal expert cast members stationed around the pathways, but you can also see a lot of them all at once on the Kilimanjaro Safari Tour. Kilimanjaro Safaris is an 18-minute vehicle tour across the Harambe Wildlife Reserve, which the Disney World website says is home for 34 species living in open plains, shady forest landscapes, and rocky wetlands. Terry L. said that he loves the Kilimanjaro Safari because it's one of the only ways I'll ever be able to experience an African safari, and I love all the animals. So the big question here is, do the animals love it here as much as we do? Which transitions us right on to our next point. And that's top-of-the-line animal conservation facilities. Animal Kingdom doesn't just show off their collection of animals, they make sure every species in the park is comfy and happy and able to thrive. You see, Imagineers didn't hand-select a random assortment of animals and go, yeah, you guys will do. The lead Imagineer behind Animal Kingdom's design and development, of course that's Joe Rohde, and the rest of his team traveled over 500,000 miles around the world to make sure they thoroughly studied each animal's natural environment. That way, when they brought animals into the park, each species could easily adapt to the new surroundings. And though it might not feel like it, Animal Kingdom is the biggest park of the four, encompassing 580 acres. EPCOT is the second biggest park at 300 acres, meaning Animal Kingdom is still 280 acres bigger, almost twice the size. All that space makes for plenty of wiggle room for the animals and their many facilities. Remember Rafiki's Planet Watch we talked about earlier? This is also where the park's conservation station is located. Guests can see the veterinary treatment room, the nutrition center where food is prepared for all the different animals, and the science center, which dives into research that helps create more species enrichment programs and takes opportunities to learn more about animals' behavior and habits and monitor baby animals that are brought into the world. Julie R. told us that Animal Kingdom mixes animals, education, and entertainment very well. Best park ever. And Animal Kingdom makes sure kiddos learn plenty about the different species while they're in the parks thanks to the totally free Wilderness Explorers adventure. Christina H. said the Wilderness Explorers scavenger hunt allows kids to track down Animal Kingdom cast members, learn about the animals, and earn badges to celebrate their new wealth of knowledge. And for the adults, you can track down Safari Amber Logger throughout the park. So basically there's scavenger hunts for both kids and adults here. Now, I promise we'll get to food in just a second because of course we have a lot to say about it, but there's one more thing I gotta cover for this point: the Disney Conservation Fund. In many of the shops around Animal Kingdom, you can directly donate to the Disney Conservation Fund, which helps support worldwide conservation efforts. According to Joe Rohde, who also helped create this fund, the money donated by guests has helped more than 1,000 species across 120 countries. Aaron D. described while they're head over heels for Animal Kingdom, saying, when you walk into Animal Kingdom, you feel like you've been transported to another world, completely immersed in the lands of the unknown. Adventure awaits around each and every turn, back in time or to another world. Animal Kingdom will always be my favorite park. The conservation efforts of the plants and animals they preserve are all worth the cost of entry. Now, if Aaron didn't already make you cry, then let's take his note of being transported to another world a little bit farther. Deborah Z said, I love that each animal in Animal Kingdom matches up with their land. You'll find elephants and giraffes in Africa, and you'll find tigers and Komodo dragons in Asia. Now hold up, isn't exploring different cultures Epcot's thing? The Global Expedition doesn't stop at World Showcase. Both of these areas have an assortment of rides, restaurants, and shows, as well as architecture inspired by specific cultural influences. So expect to find a Maharaja's palace, crumbling ruins, and prayer flags across Asia. And in Africa, you're going to stroll on by the Harambe village, which was modeled after a real African village. You're going to listen to live streetmosphere performances and admire murals meant to embellish the buildings as well as inspire unity. And the newest land in Animal Kingdom isn't influenced by somewhere on this planet. It's a fantastical realm that you might have been lucky enough to catch on the big screen in 3D when 3D movies were all the rage. Pandora World of Avatar is an area inspired by James Cameron's Avatar movie, soon to be movies, since the sequel will finally be coming out soon. Well, soonish. Pandora is home to 2 rides, which we'll talk about more here in a sec, unique places to stop for a bite, and the oh-so-famous floating mountains that make for a great PhotoPass pick, especially when a flying banshee is added to the background. All the plants, animal sounds, and details are inspired by the Valley of Moara, where the Na'vi are based in the Avatar films. This whole area is eye candy, sheer eye candy everywhere you turn. Corinne B said, one of the best things I ever did was sit in Pandora at night and observe. Why? Because Pandora is a completely different experience by day and by night. When the sun sets, you can make your rounds across the glowing walkways and check out how all the plants become bioluminescent in the dark. I've tried to take pictures of this transformation many times, and a camera just doesn't do it justice. I've already talked pretty extensively about Rafiki's Planet Watch, but let me mention one of the most controversial lands throughout all of the theme parks, Dinoland USA. Dinoland USA is based around a kitschy dino-themed amusement park, and it's got 2 rides, a few places to stop and eat, and several carnival games. While some people aren't thrilled with the cheesy ambiance, others, like Craig B., thrive off of it. Dinoland is incredible. The theming is so beautifully executed that it makes you depressed because it's meant to be bad. It's a tacky roadside attraction, and the irony makes it awesome. Dinoland is unique in that it has a sense of humor about itself. It doesn't take itself seriously, as you could argue in some ways Toy Story Land does. I agree 1,000%, Craig. Are you Team Dinoland or nah? Can you let me know in the comments? I need to know for science reasons because I love Dinoland. And then we've got Discovery Island, the home of the next big point we're going to talk about. Okay, Magic Kingdom has Cinderella Castle, EPCOT has Spaceship Earth, Hollywood Studios has the Hollywood Tower Hotel. All of these are called weenies. We will talk about that another time. And then there's Animal Kingdom, which has the Tree of Life as its main park weenie. Ready for some more fun Tree of Life facts? Tree of Life is 145 feet tall and made with 325 unique animal carvings and 103,000 artificial leaves. And all that detail took Imagineers 18 months to create, and look what a beaut it turned out to be. Lee L said the Tree of Life is visually stunning everywhere you look. It's beautiful. And Madison O added, the Tree of Life is my favorite park icon. I get a more magical feeling seeing it than I do Cinderella Castle. The more you look at it and explore, the more you see. I feel like I see new stuff every time. It also doesn't have a bad angle, and there are great photo spots with it in the background around the park. And much like Pandora transforms at night, so does the Tree of Life when it turns into its beacon of magic. For Disney World's 50th anniversary celebration, each of the park icons got a nighttime beacon of magic transformation. Thanks to the powers of projection mapping, the Tree of Life comes to life every night. Fireflies glow, leaves shimmer and sparkle, and the animal carvings show their more vibrant side. Okay, when it came to your food choices for Animal Kingdom, you nailed these suggestions. Literally, I was reading all your best choices while simultaneously drooling. So I'm just gonna have y'all speak for me this time. Debbie M started us off by explaining why Animal Kingdom has the best quick service food. Flame Tree Barbecue is my favorite place to get ribs, but I also love Yak and Yeti for its chicken fried rice and mini mango pie. And if I don't get a mango pie, I'm gonna get a Pongu Lumpia from Pongu Pongu in Pandora. Okay, Debbie, you and I are obviously best friends, but I'd argue that it's totally acceptable to have both the pie and the Pongo Lumpia, which for those of you unfamiliar with that particular treat, is a pineapple cream cheese spring roll. You can grab that Pongo Lumpia for breakfast and get the mini mango pie as a sweet afternoon treat. The reason Fiona K loves Animal Kingdom should honestly become the park's new catchphrase: chill vibes, great rides, and the Night Blossom. The Night Blossom is another treat you can grab at Pongu Pongu in Pandora. It's a frozen non-alcoholic drink made with apple and desert pear limeade, which makes for a vibrant and picturesque purple-green combo, and is topped off with fruity, bursting boba balls. It's great for kids and adults alike. Megan M said, my favorite Animal Kingdom treat of all time are those gluten-free churros at Nomad Lounge. Yes, Nomad Lounge over in Discovery Island is one of the most popular lounges on Disney World property, but shh, don't tell anybody about it because too many people know already. Now, it's known for its selection of specialty cocktails like the green shimmering margarita, the bourbon-based tempting tigress, and the rum and guava night monkey. Night monkey, night blossom. Apparently drinks just taste better in the dark. But Nomad Lounge features a few small plate winners to go along with your drinks of choice, like Megan's favorite gluten-free churros that come with a vanilla crema and chili strawberry to dip them in, as well as select foods that come straight from Animal Kingdom's signature restaurant, Tiffin's. David C. loves Animal Kingdom for the desserts alone. An Andapur ice cream truck is at Animal Kingdom and it has the best soft serve in Disney World. What other reason would you need? Well, if the multiple exclamation points don't drive that point home for you, I don't know what will. But David's got a great point here. An Andapur serves up unique rotating soft serve ice cream flavors. Currently, we're big fans of that Yeti Sundae, which is a chocolate ice cream topped with blue cake crumbs, sugary snowflake sprinkles, and the chocolate Yeti token. Mike M swooped in with the savory snacks. Thank goodness, gotta cover our bases here. Animal Kingdom is the king of savory snacks, he says. Mr. Kamal's fries and pot stickers, Flame Tree Barbecue chili fries and onion rings, the spiced potato hand pies from Kusafiri, cheeseburger pods from Satuli Canteen, impossible sliders at Nomad Lounge, the giant pretzel at Pongu Pongu, and the barbecue mac and cheese from 8 Spoon Cafe. Not everyone wants to snack on sugar all day. Some of us want to snack on cheese and carbs. Same, Mike. Same. We're best friends too. Now I'm going to have to put a pin in all the food suggestions for now because you guys provided a ton, which makes sense. Animal Kingdom's got such a unique variety of food options, separating itself from other average theme parks. But if you want to learn more about even more Animal Kingdom snacks, I got 2 places for you to go. 1, we have a recent YouTube video covering the most exclusive Animal Kingdom snacks that'll help you build your must-eat list. And 2, if you head over to the dfbstore.com, you can order the 2022 DFB Guide to Animal Kingdom and Hollywood Studios snacks, which will list all the snacks available, literally all of them, seriously, across both parks for you to study up on. And if you type in the promo code YouTube, you'll be able to save some money on your purchase. Now, of course, we are going to talk about rides. Animal Kingdom might not have as many rides as Magic Kingdom, but the rides it does have manage to immerse guests in some of the most creative stories with jaw-dropping Imagineering quality. Bethany P. said the best ride in Disney World is Flight of Passage, hands down. As far as best coaster on property, I gotta give it to Expedition Everest. Flight of Passage is located in Pandora and is a screen-based ride that puts you on the back of a Banshee, aka a high-tech seat that has you sit on it like you would a motorcycle, to fly across the realm of Pandora for even more eye-candy views. And Expedition Everest, Legend of the Forbidden Mountain, takes you on a journey through the mountains until, that is, you're unexpectedly interrupted by a once mythical beast. Michael W. agreed with Bethany on her top ride choices, as did many of you, stating, "Where else can you ride a Banshee or disco dance with a Yeti?" Nicole M. also added, "Flight of Passage is literally a religious experience for me. It's just peaceful. I always feel like I accomplished something major after I ride it, even though I just sat there." Well, honestly, getting on Flight of Passage is hard enough that you did accomplish something, just being able to ride. But what about Pandora's other ride? Well, don't worry, it was given love in the Instagram stories too. Molly C. said the best animatronic of all time lives in Navi River Journey. Navi River Journey is a slow-going boat ride down a peaceful and glowing Pandora River. You'll see plenty of unique creatures and plants throughout this easygoing adventure, but the showstopper of the ride is the giant Navi shaman animatronic featured at the very end, who, let's be honest here, probably has a soul and a beating heart. She looks too real to be an animatronic. And that's not the only Navi animatronic you'll see around this land. In the Flight of Passage queue, you'll also stumble across a resting avatar body in suspended animation within a large water-filled lab tube. If you're in that section for long enough, you might even see the slumbering avatar twitch every now and then. And there's a huge fan base for the dinosaur ride over in Dinoland USA. Olivia S. said, "This might be an unpopular opinion, but I majorly prefer the dinosaur ride over Indiana Jones Adventure in Disneyland." Okay, Olivia, hold up. We haven't crossed into the California Parks threshold for this best of series. But the reason Olivia compares the two rides is because they both have a very similar ride system. On Dinosaur, you enter into a time rover and just travel back in time to find an iguanodon for Dr. Seeker's research. It goes as well as you'd expect a time-traveling adventure into prehistoric territory to go. Are you going to have pterodactyls swooping down overhead? Yeah. Are you going to come face to face with a carnivorous Carnotaurus? Also yes. Are you going to be trying to outrun the impending meteor shower? Listen, just assume you're agreeing to a series of great perils when you jump aboard this ride. And Shelby Hess had to shout out their favorite underrated ride in the Asia area. I love Kali River Rapids. On a hot day, it can't be beat. Just wear breathable clothes and you'll dry in like 20 minutes. That's right, Animal Kingdom even has a river raft ride that ends with a 20-foot drop. Brace yourself for that splash. And let me just wrap up this video and this Best Park series with a final quote from David H. "Animal Kingdom has the most in-depth theming, a range of entertainment, education is key, and no two visits are ever the same." Mic drop? Yeah, I'd say that's a mic drop. While it's true that some folks consider Animal Kingdom a park that's skippable or just a glorified zoo, those who believe Animal Kingdom is the cream of the crop see it for its high-quality attractions, low-key vibes, delicious food, and crucial message to protect our Earth to make it a better place for humans and animals alike. Thanks for listening, everybody, and thanks for pitching in with your opinions on the best park in Disney World. If you didn't watch our other videos, Magic Kingdom, Hollywood Studios, and EPCOT, be sure to go watch those next. As always, this is AJ for Disney Food Blog, and we'll see you real soon.